Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Real Estate Matters. For over 11 years, the voice of real estate in Flagler County and Palm Coast. Welcome to the quiet side of Florida. I'm Toby Tobin. I'm the publisher of GoToby.com. You go visit that sometime if you haven't. I'm a contributor to the Palm Coast Observer, and I'm a Florida licensed realtor with Landmark Group at Compass. And co-host Anna Maria Long from the Home Builders Association, one of our sponsors, is here with me today. Hello, Anna Maria.
Hi, and happy Halloween. You'll have to excuse my orange and Halloween attire. We are recording on October 31st at the end of spooky season.
I apologize for my scary mask.
That's okay. We forgive you. But our listeners will be hearing this on Saturday, November 1st.
Yes, so I'll have the same mask on, though.
And getting our Christmas decorations ready to go.
Okay, I want to say thanks to our lead sponsor, Veranda Bay. Veranda Bay is a private developing community of lots and luxury homes on the Intercoastal Waterway with a Flagler Beach address. That's just off John Anderson Boulevard, which if you're headed west on Moody, some people say Moody, some people say State Road 100. They're both right. But if you get to just before the bridge, the last light, turn right on John Anderson, and you can go in and see some beautiful models, $1 million plus homes. It's along a communities being built along 1 mile of Intercoastal Waterway. Mm-hmm. So the homes is there by Olson Homes, AR Homes by Arthur Ruttenberg, ICI Homes, and Hulbert Homes, and then new builders added to that list, Dream Finders and Toll Brothers. We're also sponsored by the Home Builders Association.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
And Hammock Community Church, the little church on A1A, 1.5 miles north of the toll bridge, where you can usually find me at 11 o'clock on Sunday mornings. You're welcome to stop in and visit. It's a neat place. It's a traditional church. We have a choir, not a band.
No lights and flashy things?
No. We got an excellent pastor. His sermons are awesome. Anyway, let's talk about, we're recording this on the last day of October, but we still have 3 or 4 or 5 more days when statistics for the month will be coming in. But as of about noon today, 211 single-family homes had been reported sold through the Flagler MLS system. That's more than last year, when only 196 were sold. The median price this year, $372,000. The median price last year, $359,495. So, number of homes sold again, like last month, has gone up, and the median price has gone up as well. Days on market, 85 days on market for those 211 homes.
And this is quite significant because we're entering week 5 of the government shutdown, and being in the government shutdown, that affects people's ability to get flood insurance, FHA loans, and to still see these homes closing. And closing at a higher rate than last year.
We're really going against the current and still doing swimmingly.
Yes, and in September October being traditionally the
one of the lowest.
One of the lower months. Really, September is the start of that, and we had more closings then. That we're going against our normal this year, and let's see what happens in the next coming months.
And we'll look again at the homes 250,000 and below selling price. 9 have sold. 3 of them were for cash. Days on market only 46. So the low end is still selling healthy, but surprisingly the high end is as well. The $1 million plus homes, 7 closings, 3 of them for cash, 55 days on market, and so 46 for the low end, 55 for the high end versus 85 for all homes sold. So the most activity is on both ends of the price spectrum. 1,264 homes listed. So we're decidedly under 6 months inventory now. And back in August, September, well, July, August,
Yeah.
the number of homes or the days on market or number of months inventory,
Yes.
number of months inventory was creeping up and
Yep.
it got a little bit over 6.
Mm-hmm.
That can happen because more homes are listed.
That's true.
Or it can happen because fewer homes are sold.
Mm-hmm.
And we're moving up the number of homes sold. Over 200 is a healthy number.
And we saw a little bit of time where less permits were being pulled.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to start seeing a continuation of that healthy number
Mm-hmm.
of inventory.
The builders are poised. I know my neighborhood, D.R. Horton is building out,
Mm-hmm.
but they've stopped building for now. They've got it's a small neighborhood, so
Right.
they've got a handful of homes still for sale, but the others are ready to go. I mean, everything's there. The fill's in there, and I drove around the Matanzas area the other day, and I went by Lakeside Estates. That's another D.R. Horton community where the Matanzas Golf Course Clubhouse driving range used to be. And they're working like crazy to prepare those lots. They've got several, probably half of, I would say probably phase 1 is already to build. The roads are in.
That's great.
But they're not putting homes up yet. But
And that's going to be another 55. Is it 55 and up?
I can't
65?
remember whether that's 55 plus
Oh,
or
I guess
not.
we'll have to check your development map.
Yes.
What a plug.
Yes. Let's go ahead and talk about it.
I sent a builder to it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The residential development map is on gotoby.com, and you can click it and bookmark it because it's going to be updated all the time, but you can filter. So we're talking about potentially a 55 or 65, an age-restricted community. You can filter the developments by a multitude of types and also by their stages of development, and it'll show you where they're at on the map, and you can hover your mouse over it, and it's going to give you a ton of information. Toby took it all out of his brain and put it on a map.
And now my brain is empty.
I doubt
So the rest of the show is yours.
Oh, okay. I'll do my best.
The median price of the pending homes, or the 315 homes pending, the median price of those pending homes, median listing price, because we don't know the final close price yet, but $380,000, so that's still holding up at a healthy level. The Gindex is 4.0, where it's roughly been in that.
Yeah, it was 4.1 last week and the last few weeks, so
yeah, and the
slowly moving in the right way.
The Gindex, by the way, it's a measure that I invented some years ago, and it's the ratio of listings to pending. So my analysis has not changed from last week. The market's still uncertain, not because our local market is uncertain, but because the world is uncertain. And so my analysis is simply wait until the world settles down and the economy becomes more predictable.
How long are we waiting?
Until it happens.
Oh, okay.
While I'm still young.
Okay. But if you have to move, right?
Yes, you do. And
some people don't have the option to wait it out. So in that case, it's good that our 30-year fixed mortgage rate's down to 6.17, the lowest in more than a year. That's definitely contributed to the increased number of home sales.
It sure has. And the underlying fundamentals of a strong market locally remain in place.
Yes. We've been very lucky and blessed in that.
Yeah, and actually, a little later in the show, we got a surprise for everybody. We'll be talking about today versus some time ago.
Not that long ago.
Quickly update the Marineland Dolphin Center.
Yeah.
Dolphin attraction went under contract. And the winning bidder was supposed to be announced this last Tuesday, and the judge pulled a little shuffle and refused to honor the winning bid of, I think, $7.1 million, and said they need to reconsider a smaller bid of I think
Three or four.
3.5 million or 4 million, whatever. Because and
It was a local.
that bid was somebody who wants to save the facility,
Yes.
save the dolphin. So we'll call that the feel good bid.
Mhm.
But the feel good bid was technically, I think, invalid because it arrived late. So it could have been. The judge could have just accepted the
Yeah.
winning bid, but the judge didn't and told him to go back, and the lower bidder, the dolphin saver, and I'm all for. I love dolphin. I call it mahi mahi.
Oh my gosh, I was about to say, don't make a eating dolphin joke right now. But it would preserving the integrity of marine land dolphin adventure.
that
It
would-
would be special to see it, reinvented and made profitable,
It would, yes. So
if
I'm
that's
not
possible.
I'm not on either side of
No.
that issue. I just want it.
No
to
one
be
here
done.
profits from it. So, but it'll be nice when it's all settled and there's a path forward for them.
But something happened this last week. This is an article that it's your happy birthday article.
Yes.
It was published the same year you were born in
That's
the
right.
Orlando Sentinel. And why don't you celebrate your passing years by reading the first couple paragraphs of this article, and then we'll go further.
This is not your typical commercial thoroughfare. The golden arches don't loom over the roadway, trying to bludgeon passersby into buying another burger. Instead, a diminutive, tasteful version stands timidly at the roadside. The forest lining the boulevard is not what you'd normally find in a growing Florida city. Steel stanchions supporting tawdry, repetitive signs, bright lights, garish colors that don't occur in the natural spectrum. No. The forest along these city streets is a real one. Palms, pines, palmettos. Peek between them and you can see the shopping areas, set back far enough from the roadway so they don't overpower it like businesses do on Orlando's Cimarron Boulevard and Orange Blossom Trail, and on any of 1,000 thoroughfares in just about every community in the state. Spend a few minutes driving down the streets of this serene oddity of a town, and you'll wonder why the rest of Florida can't be like this. Landscaped parkways, which are more than adequate to handle the traffic, connect all the commercial centers of the community. The taxpayers will never have to worry about buying rights of way to widen these streets. Plenty of land for that was set aside years ago. And we'll take it to a break on this final line. Beneath the streets is a network of water and sewer lines that will handle the needs of the community until at least 2050.
Right. And if you believe that, we'll talk about that after the break. Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is the second half of Real Estate Matters. Thanks for staying with us. We were just talking before the break. In fact, Anna Maria read the first couple paragraphs from an article that was printed in the one of the Orlando newspapers in 1988 about Palm Coast, and that happens to coincide with the year she was born.
A wonderful year. The best year.
Palm Coast, like you, has had its fits and starts since then. But
there was once high hopes for everyone.
It's such an interesting article. First, it talked about the vast vision that Palm Coast was at the time. The city was originally designed to contain 750,000 residents. That's bigger than Cleveland.
Yeah. And they had to go through some redesign at that point because they figured out that wasn't wanted here. They didn't want another Cleveland. And, as you start the show, welcome to the quiet side of Florida. And, 750,000 residents would not have fit in with any of what I just described in those first couple paragraphs.
No,
I can't see it working.
Yeah,
I'm not ITT.
Originally, it was the plan was 92,000 acres, most of it purchased from Rainier
Right. But we're at
Timber.
50. Well, actually, at the time of this article, because we have annexed more in, but at the time of
Mhm.
this article, was it 42,000?
42,000 acres was
acres.
what they downsized, but that was, I think that is the part of Palm Coast that is now the city of Palm Coast.
Yes, but there's
Yeah.
more that's been
Yeah.
annexed into the city of Palm Coast. So that number, that 42,000 number, is not going to be accurate with like today's data.
And there was also land that was not planned out at that time that IT&T held and then later developed.
Yeah.
And I just
So
wanted to
that's
mention
just
that, a lot of
if you
people,
fact check us on that 42,000 is accurate to ITT's original revised plan.
original revised plan. I like
Yes.
that. You're sounding more and more like a politician.
Thank you.
So what is some of the land that IT&T purchased and was part of their grand master plan that did not find its way into being the incorporated city? This is
A
something.
lot.
There's a lot. I don't think if you moved here in the last 10 years, you wouldn't have
No.
a clue.
More than
about
10
this.
years, really, probably since the city existed.
But they actually bought a lot of land that's east of the Intercoastal Waterway.
Right.
Very much of the hammock
Mhm.
was within that purchase. And in fact, 6 miles of oceanfront property. And what is there now? Hammock dunes, including a golf course and including Island Estates, which is 200 home sites, all $1 million plus homes.
And that
now.
all sits in unincorporated Flagler County,
And it's an unincorporated,
which means that's where all their tax dollars go.
Yeah, they did not want to be part of the city of Palm Coast at the time, nor do they now.
Yeah.
Ocean hammock, including Cinnamon Beach and a golf course.
Another lot of tax dollars going to the unincorporated Flagler County.
And the golf course is now, because of a set of transactions, is now part of the Hammock Beach Resort. The Hammock Beach Resort is on land that IT&T had, and so is the Harbor Village Marina. And then going further north, Sea Colony, one of the early developments out in the Hammock area, and Matanzas Shores, which has multiple subdivisions. The Surf Club condominiums are part of Matanzas Shores, Matanzas Lakes, Las Brisas condominiums, Los Lagos, and Las Casitas. And Los Lagos and Las Casitas were just built out finally in the last couple of years by Richmond American Homes, and
Right.
KB Home. So the basic needs of the community were planned before the first spade of earth was turned, and that makes Palm Coast very unique. And
Right, because
and
they
what-
usually plan, they usually develop as it's needed. But instead,
Well-
ITT said, we're going to put everything in place now.
Well, it's organic development as opposed to planned
Correct.
development.
And
Yeah.
this was the largest planned development at its time.
When this article was written again in 1988, there were already 533 miles of streets, 29 miles of water lines, and 508 miles of sewer lines. And remember that Flagler County was born from the poorest land in northern Volusia County and southern St. Johns County. The county currently has an estimated population this year of approximately 140,000 people, residents, and it has an infrastructure problem. And the infrastructure was supposed to be able to take care of 230,000. What went wrong?
Well, you got to maintain it, right? You can't put something in. If I put a 30-year roof on my house, 30-year shingle roof, if I maintain it and I check the shingles after a storm and I'm taking care of my gutters and all the things around it, and I'm checking up on it every year and making repairs as necessary, there's a good chance the shingles are going to last 30 years if I don't do anything to it and I just hope that it's working fine. And I wait until there's a leak coming through, my roof is not going to last 30 years. It's still a 30-year shingle.
Yeah,
Same case for our clay pipes.
Yeah, clay pipes, and we could have certainly started the construction of or expansion of our sewage treatment facilities a little sooner.
Not without money. And the money was going into other things, and one of them being their emergency repair of clay pipes. And this is not just an immediate fault, right? This goes back decades.
Well, but
That they would have had to have been started. This is a significant amount of water and sewer lines, though.
Yeah.
The problem with the clay pipes and the sewer and how that interconnects, though, is that the clay pipes are very porous, and that's how we end up with so much water in our wastewater facilities during storms.
The groundwater seeps into the sewer lines, but I mean, if you look at the numbers really tell the story. We put down enough infrastructure for 230,000 residents, but we don't have 230,000 residents to maintain that infrastructure.
That is also true.
So, I mean, you can kind of see where that story was going to end.
Yeah. And we were meant to hit that 230,000 number decades ago, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
And we're not there yet. We will be pretty soon, but we're not.
Our infrastructure is only 50 years old. The last place I lived before I moved to Palm Coast 25 years ago was Charleston, South Carolina, which is
a little bit older.
One of the older cities in the country. And, they still have an infrastructure that works, but all of their original infrastructure, those clay pipes have either been lined or replaced.
Right.
And we're doing that now. We're just behind the curve.
Yeah. It's more on an emergency repair basis.
So I want to touch, I've had this on the list of things to talk about if we still had time. And probably everybody already knows this now. It was new news when I first saw it a couple of weeks ago. But Chipotle restaurant has filed a technical site plan with Palm Coast to build a restaurant at the corner of Palm Coast Parkway Southwest and Belterre. And it's an out parcel of the Publix.
That used to be in Albertsons.
And Albertsons actually built the gas station.
Yes, I remember.
The time, and when they did, their prices were well below. I mean, they actually reset the gasoline price at the time, but then they sold their store to Publix, and the gas station did not remain open. But it looks like that's going to be a Chipotle restaurant. And interesting, I grew up in the food business. Publix is laid out as a mirror image of the typical grocery floor plan. Most grocery stores in the grocery industry, you go in the front door, to the right is the baked goods, deli, then you go around, then up and down the aisles, but you basically go counterclockwise around the store.
See, I think everything else is wrong because that's my Publix, because I've grown up right around the corner from there. So Albertsons was there, and then now that's my Publix.
Yeah,
even though I'm not like a regular Publix shopper, if I'm going into Publix, that's where I'm going. So I'm flip-flopped.
Albertsons was always kind of an outlier in the market.
But, I remember they had a Starbucks in there. That was cool.
Yeah, Publix kept it's just too expensive to structurally turn a store around. You have any other new news?
New news.
Because we got about a minute left.
Yeah, the AHAC, the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee, has been working really hard on updating their plans. That's the city and county working together, and they'll be giving their recommendations, I believe, this coming Tuesday to City Council in the evening meeting. And they've been updating some of their things. You can attend their meetings. Their meetings are open to the public.
Where are they noticed? How does somebody find out?
Well, I'm on an email list, but I believe it would be right on. If you Google Affordable Housing Advisory Committee Flagler, should come right up with their agenda and everything. You can get on the email list as well. But they're working. They're doing some really good things in there now. They seem to have gained some good momentum. They have good leadership in there.
Good.
And they're getting to the root cause of where things are. Which we've talked about, the cost of housing. I mean, the cost of land, the regulatory fees, and right now they're looking They've requested a bank, a list of the bank of land that the city owns, and then what condition it's in, is it available to build on? Is it eligible to build on? And that's going to be super important as well.
Good. You want to wrap us up?
I would love to. Video podcasts of Real Estate Matters are now available on gotoby.com. Click on podcasts on the top navigation bar. And if you have a question or a suggestion for Real Estate Matters or gotoby.com,
you can reach out to me at 386-931-7124. You can email me at toby@gotoby.com, and visit gotoby.com and check out that dynamic map that we've been talking about. You'll spend at least a half an hour, maybe more, in your first visit. Thanks for being with us. Come back next week. I'm Toby Tobin, and I approve the show.